Hey, Willie Spencer. Do tell.
this clip, which ends at 20:34:44, what significant, to your opinion, about Haley's actions has occurred?
Well, he's still debilitated by the pepper spray, and obviously he's trying to flush his eyes out with the water. He's trying to hold his eye open so the air can get in there, and it's basically debilitated him. He took his vest off because it's easier. It doesn't inhibit you much from moving, so it's easier for him to be able to tip his head back and to use his hands and hold his eye open and have the other officer flush it out. And at one point he puts his vest back on and responds because he hears a call coming over the radio at Bear Creek in Castlegate, that the officers basically something to the effect that the suspect's still resisting or still fighting, and we need more officers. And that's one of the first things you're trained as a police officer is if another officer calls for help, calls for additional units, that if at all possible you respond as quickly as you can.
I may have to go back into the other room. This is not standing up like I wanted to.
Responding, yes, sir.
Trained?
Yes, sir.
Consistent with MPD policy?
Yes, sir, it is. Yes, sir, it is.
What, based on your review, what
They got these
knowledge
old white men in here, baby.
had when he arrived at Castlegate and Bear Creek?
Well, number one, he knew about the interaction they had on the traffic stop. That Mr. Nichols was resisting, didn't want to be handcuffed. He hadn't been searched. He ran from the officers. The pepper spray didn't appear to have any effect on him. He now knew from the radio transmission that Mr. Nichols had been contacted by other officers, that the other officers were having a difficult time taking him into custody, that they were calling for other officers. And again, by his training and the Memphis policies, he needed to respond to that location.
You mentioned earlier when Martin said, "Let go my gun," you said all bets are off.
Right.
Tell the jury what you meant by all bets are off.
In other words, when somebody goes for an officer's gun, it becomes a deadly force situation. It's a deadly force situation, obviously, for the officers. It's a deadly force situation where the officers may have to use deadly force if the suspect gets the officer's gun and or if the suspect has his own gun. So it changes all bets. It's not routine. It's not going by the use of force continuum to the soft hands, to the hard hands, to the pepper spray. It immediately jumps to a deadly force situation.
In your review of this entire incident, was deadly force ever used by Demetrius Haley?
No, sir, it was not.
Wow. Baby. Baby. Wow.
Do you recognize that, Mr. Cameron?
Yes, sir, it is.
And what is that?
It's
He should have asked him, so would you have fired him if you was the chief?
and an officer attempting to get that hand under control, particularly because the handcuff is on the wrist, and the handcuff on the wrist basically becomes a weapon. if the individual is able to break free from the officer's grip, he can swing that very effectively and severely injure an officer.
Is that a picture you recognize as one of the scenes of the body-worn cameras you reviewed?
Yes, there is.
That be marked to the next number of exhibit.
Hey y'all.
Screenshot of Nichols' brick, exhibit 41.
For the record, that is a screenshot from Officer Mills's body-worn camera, which has been shown, will be admitted into evidence. The timestamp is 2034. I believe it's 55. Print the second row. Based upon your review, Mr. Cameron, in relationship to Haley's arrival at Castlegate and Bear Creek, when was that handcuff around the left wrist?
I believe it was put on the left wrist about a minute before Officer Haley arrived, if I'm not mistaken.
Whether it was a minute or not, before, during, or after Haley's arrival?
Before his arrival.
And did the existence of the handcuff on, you now know to be Mr. Nichols' left wrist, have any impact on your opinion of Haley's conduct at Castlegate and Bear Creek?
Yes, certainly. Mr. Nichols continuing to resist. Officer Haley can see that when he arrives on the scene, that the one wrist is handcuffed, but the other hand isn't handcuffed. And at that point, Mr. Nichols has his arm basically tucked underneath his body or locked into his body position. And it could be that he's simply resisting not being handcuffed or being handcuffed, but it's also consistent with someone reaching for the waistband. And like I mentioned before, Mr. Nichols had not been searched at that time, so they don't know whether he has a worst case scenario gun, less case scenario a knife in the waistband. So though you could say, yeah, he's resisting because he doesn't want to get handcuffed, but could he be not wanting to get handcuffed, and could he be wanting to access a weapon? And that's what an officer has to think.
I'm going to play a brief clip from the Skycom video. Start over. This is a clip from the Skycom video at Castlegate and Bear Creek. I think it's officially titled 6727 Castlegate. This clip begins at 20:36:02. And that clip ends at 20:36:30. Mr. Cameron, was that clip
Good morning,
portion of the
Bushwatchers. Please hit the like button.
in connection with your work in this case?
Yes, sir, it is.
And in that clip, did you see Mr. Haley arrive?
Yes, sir, I did.
Would you describe his conduct in that clip to the jury?
Well, he arrives at the scene. You can see that Mr. Nichols is not controlled. There's a handcuff on one wrist. Like I mentioned before, the arm is tucked under the body. Officer Haley comes up, makes a quick assessment of what's occurring. He takes the time to look to see where he's going to apply the kick. He applies the kick to the upper arm muscle area, which they're trained to do because basically it causes the arm to relax or come up behind the back, or where the officers want the arm to be, which is in a handcuffing position. So he takes the time basically to aim and to kick the area that he wants to kick. And that's in association with the training he received at Memphis Police Department. To use a hard hand technique and use it to an area that will have the individual relax that area or react to the kick and be able to be handcuffed.
Trained technique,
Yes, sir.
hard hands technique according to the Memphis Police Department policy and procedure,
Yes, sir.
authorized.
Yes, sir.
On that clip, how many kicks did we see?
From Officer Haley, just one.
How many kicks in total?
Two.
Okay. And which one was Haley's?
Haley's was the first.
What happened after the kick?
Mr. Nichols was able to be handcuffed
How quickly?
almost immediately.
And I'm going to play this clip one more time and stop it at Mr. Haley's kick so that we can get the timestamp into the record. Tell me if I've stopped it at the correct time. Did Mr. Haley just kick?
Yes, sir, he did.
And the timestamp is 20:36:19.
Yes, sir.
Going to play one more brief clip. Start over and put the timestamp on. This is from Officer Blake's body worn cam, which has been played. This is a clip which begins at 20:36:37. And it ends at 20:36:47. Mr. Cameron, is that a clip from some of the videos you reviewed in connection with coming up with your opinion?
Yes, sir, it is.
And what is significant in that clip?
Officer Haley's following his training and his policy and procedures from the Memphis Police Department, and that he's calling for medical aid or an ambulance, giving the brief information that he had that the individual had been pepper sprayed, the individual had been tasered.
I'm going to have a moment with my mind, Your Honor.
right, Mr. Cameron. I didn't get to ask questions of the use of force people yesterday, so this will be my first time, okay?
All right,
We just met each other for a second out there.
just a
today.
second, we did.
But I think maybe we have the same barber.
Yes, we do.
I think we get our hair cut at the same place.
Yes.
I am going to ask questions about the case, but let me start more generally, okay?
Certainly.
With your role here, okay?
All right.
You've been law enforcement for many years,
Yes, sir, I was.
with extensive training, and you lectured, and you trained.
Yes, sir.
And you have reviewed materials, some of which has been evidence before the jury, but other which has not been evidence before the jury. Is that right?
I would assume so.
Yes. And you've been asked to come here and render your sort of opinion on some things.
Yes, sir.
Right? You're not here, though, to tell us what the law is, correct?
Oh, no, not at all.
The jury gets their law from somewhere else, correct?
Yes, they did.
And you're not here to tell the jury what the facts are either, are you?
No.
The jury has to make their own determination on the facts, right?
Yes, sir.
And you're not here to tell the jury that they must accept your opinion.
Oh, no, not at all.
They are free to accept it or to reject it or somewhere in between or whatever it is.
Yes, sir, they are.
You, like the other use of force experts yesterday, are just here to offer your opinion
Yes, sir.
based on some evidence that we've seen and some we haven't, and consistent with your training and your experience.
Yes, sir.
And for preparing for this, you reviewed a lot of materials, videos, and things like that with regard to this case.
Yeah, a lot of
Is that
material.
correct? Would you agree with me that there's limitations to your opinions?
I missed that?
Yeah, well, let me rephrase. Would you agree that there are limitations to your opinions?
Well, I have the opinion. I guess there's limitations.
For instance, you weren't there.
Oh, I wasn't there,
Correct,
no, sir.
right? So you didn't witness these things personally. Correct?
Oh, no, I did not.
And in fact, just a couple examples of what I'm talking about. You have to base your opinion on stuff that you have read. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Stuff that you don't know if it's true or not.
That's correct.
So let's take just for instance, and let me just say, these right here, not trick questions. These defendants are not even charged with anything having to do with the traffic stop.
All right.
Okay? So this is more about the basis of your opinions right now.
All right.
Okay? So for instance, when you testified that Tyre had grabbed or attempted to grab or put his hand on Officer Martin's gun, correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you see that?
Oh, no, sir.
In fact, you're basing that opinion on something that Martin said, correct?
Yes, sir. And handbill. And handbill as well.
Yeah. You're basing your opinion on something that Martin and Hill said, correct?
Yes, sir.
Something that Martin said at the time of the traffic stop.
Yes, sir.
But you don't know if that's true or not.
No, I don't.
In fact, are you aware that he made a later comment to Hemphill that caused Hemphill to have questions if that was true at all?
All right.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So when you say Tyre put his hand on Martin's gun, you mean if we take Martin's word for it in the video,
Correct.
but we have reason not to take his word for it.
So I guess so, yeah.
And when you say, and I don't know if you actually testified to this, I've read your report too. For instance, and this may be different between Tennessee and California, so the substance of the law I'm not interested in, but that Tyre was driving recklessly.
Yes, sir.
Do you mean that Officer Martin reported that Tyre was speeding?
Yes, sir.
Do you mean that Officer Martin and Officer Hemphill reported that he had changed lanes once or twice without signaling?
Yes, sir.
Do you also mean that he was driving in opposite lanes of traffic and all that stuff that Officer Martin made up later?
Well, it's part of the equation of what the officer said.
So are you basing, you're basing that also on Martin's statement that he was driving in opposite lanes of traffic?
Yes, sir.
Objection, Judge, this is, there's no testimony about Martin making stuff up later. Asking things outside the record.
Or there's body cam footage in which Officer Martin is speaking these things after the fact, making these statements.
Maybe objected in a clearer fashion. The first question you asked indicated that you made a statement and then later recanted that statement or said it was untrue. Nowhere on the body worn camera did Martin say, hey, I said earlier such and such, but that was untrue. So it assumes facts, not an evidence.
There hasn't been any proof presented that the statements were false, or that he was acknowledging that they were false, so I'll sustain the objection.
Were you aware that Officer Hemphill did not see Tyre Nichols go into oncoming traffic or anything like that?
Am I aware of that?
Yeah.
No, sir.
So you were not aware of his testimony with regard to that?
I'm sorry.
You were not aware of his testimony with regard to that?
No, sir.
That would be another example of limitations on your testimony, correct?
Yes, sir.
I want to play for you what we're here for, the poll camera footage of Castlegate. We could play for the record synced with Dean's body cam. You'll pay attention here. This up there. Did you see that, Kate?
I did.
Would you characterize that as excessive?
It doesn't seem to be used to accomplish a particular goal,
Excuse me?
so it's unnecessary.
It's unnecessary.
That's right.
Appear to be a kick to the head or the neck.
Right.
Come on, Hag.
Like that to the head and neck would be considered deadly force, is that correct?
It could be.
And my word was excessive, yours was unnecessary, is that right?
Right.
Okay, so you agree that was unnecessary force?
It appears to be, yes, sir.
Would you agree that any officers that would have seen that kick would have a duty to intervene if they could?
If they saw the kick, they could stop it, yes, sir.
If they saw the kick, they'd have a duty to intervene, correct?
Yes, sir.
Continue to play.
They tone always change when Hagerman cross-examined.
Did you see that kick?
I did.
Would you agree that was excessive?
Ooh, I can't wait till you get
Excessive
quit.
unnecessary, yes, sir.
Excessive, sir. Would you agree that any officers that saw that kick would have a duty to intervene?
Yes, sir, they should.
And how would you describe Tyre Nichols and what he's doing while he's being kicked there?
It appears he's reacting to being kicked.
He's what?
He's reacting to
Yeah.
being kicked.
Is he resisting?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that's natural, right?
Yes, sir.
Would you describe that as resisting?
Thank you. No.
Well, you're seeing the kick and you're seeing,
Sir. Oh my
hearing
God.
his reaction to it, but,
Is
I
he
don't
resisting?
really, I mean, I can't see really what he's doing with his hands, whether he's trying to get his hands away from the officers or he's, struggling not to be handcuffed. So,
From what
His
you
first
can
kick,
see.
He sort of collapses a little bit to the ground, right?
it appears to.
Would you consider that resisting?
Pardon me?
Would you consider that resisting?
Now he can't hear
Falling to the
y'all.
ground?
Correct.
No, it's part of the reaction to,
To be kicked?
yes.
Correct.
He don't want to answer.
The second kick, did you see him resisting?
No.
Well, again, he's still not handcuffed, but, you can't really see what he's doing because the officers are in the way.
Resisting, sir.
This is what I'm getting at. I mean,
Yeah.
we've agreed the first kick is unnecessary and excessive, correct?
Yes, sir?
We've agreed
Yeah.
that the first kick is unnecessary and excessive deadly force, correct?
It could be, yes, sir.
Isn't he allowed at that point to try to survive?
Yeah. You crazy.
To prevent from being kicked, yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, don't you train your officers that? I know you didn't train these officers. I'm not
That's
saying
right, I did that.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say you train these officers.
Yeah, now you have you struggling answering.
One of the terrible dangers
God.
of using excessive force like this is
There.
poor man has a right to defend himself and to try to survive, doesn't he?
Yes, sir.
It's a natural reaction.
Continue to play.
Y'all see how hard that was for him to answer that?
Can you stop it? Hear what's Tyre Nichols doing.
Well, again, it's difficult to see. You can
Well,
hear
get
the
your ass
reaction.
up and get closer to the TV.
I don't know whether it's in pain or from being frightened. Can't see whether he's handcuffed. Obviously, he wasn't at that time because we know he wasn't handcuffed later.
Either one of those reactions, being in pain or being frightened, would be natural and expected, right?
Sure.
To us watching the video now, or to anybody that saw that first or second kick, right?
I missed it.
The fact that Tyre was reacting either in pain or in fear
Right, I agree.
is very natural,
Yes, sir.
and it would be expected by anybody watching this video.
I would think so, yeah.
You would think so.
Sure.
Or anybody that was there and saw those two kicks,
Right?
correct?
Yes, sir.
At this point when he's laying on the ground, do you know whether or not he has suffered a traumatic brain injury?
I have no idea.
But you do know about use of force when it concerns people with disabilities, right?
Yes, sir.
And you do know that people with traumatic brain injuries may have problems responding to commands, don't you?
I'm not an expert on that field, but I would assume so.
Continue to play. He's back here. What do we see Tyre Nichols do here?
He appears to roll to a seated position.
He appears to now be in some sort of seated position, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Could you tell how he got there?
I don't know whether the officers put him there or he put himself there.
It's difficult to say, right?
Right.
It's difficult to say whether or not he has come to the seated position himself or if he's been pulled to the seated position, correct?
Correct.
And would you agree with me at this point in the video, it's a fair assessment that Mr. Nichols could just be trying to survive, right?
He could be, yes, sir.
Given the unnecessary and excessive force.
And kicks.
Would you agree with me that if he can get away, he should get away?
Well, I think he should submit to the arrest and put his hands behind his back, but
How
if he
can
wants
he?
to get away from
Submit to the arrest,
right.
stay on the ground and be kicked how many more times?
I'll stay on the ground and be handcuffed.
Cause speculation, and he's testifying way beyond the scope of what this particular expert has studied. I mean, he's showing premised testimony based off things that the expert has already said. I can't really see, I can't tell, etc. And he's trying to create a narrative for this expert that's well beyond a cross-examination.
The witness has been
Because of speculation.
The witness has been tendered as an expert. A lot of states ask some questions based off of his opinion and expertise.
And you don't know how many more times he may be kicked in the head here.
No, I don't.
Yeah. He an expert.
It's either damned if you do or damned if you don't situation, isn't it?
I love Hagerman.
I don't follow the question.
If he complies, if he's able to, we don't know how many more times he's going to be kicked in the head.
I have no idea.
If he doesn't comply, more and more force is going to be used upon him. He is damned if he does, and he's damned if he doesn't.
Your Honor, I would object to the testifying of Mr. Hager. And ask the same question, Mr. Strickland.
I'll just say no objection as far as the question of strike that section. If it occurs.
You see the danger of him complying, don't you?
Well, normally when someone complies, then the officers stop using arrest tactics.
Exactly. But Officer Martin doesn't, does he?
He uses baton, yes, sir.
Officer Mills uses the
Oh,
baton.
I'm sorry.
Officer Martin is the one that kicks him.
Oh, okay.
So this isn't normal, is it?
To continually kick someone, no, sir.
We keep it playing. You stop here. Are you aware that Officer Mills testified that those strikes were unnecessary and were out of anger?
I don't remember the anger part. I don't remember his exact statement now.
Are your officers trained to react out of anger?
No, sir. I mean, you may be angry, but you don't react to it.
Are they trained to inflict punishment?
No, sir, not at all.
If those strikes were out of anger and to inflict punishment, were they unnecessary and excessive?
Yes, sir, they were.
We've seen at this point 2 kicks, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
We've seen 3 baton strikes, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Unnecessary and excessive, correct?
Yes, sir.
Anybody out there that saw those things would have a duty to intervene, is that correct?
I would agree.
And they'd be trained, and they're training to intervene, correct?
Right, if they are able to do it.
Continue. Stop there. Did you see that?
Yes, sir.
Did you see Officer Smith, Officer Martin deliver a, we've heard it described as a haymaker?
Oh, punch,
Mr.
yes,
Nichols'
sir.
head?
Yes, sir.
Did you see that?
I did.
Did you see the other officers? Did you see the other officers?
The other officers do what?
Did you see the other officers in the video? Could
Yes.
you see the other officers? in the
Oh, I can
video?
see.
Well, he an expert who can't
One-
hear.
One arm and one
Our
other.
seat.
Right, sir.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
And then you
What
can
are we
also see
doing?
Mills, off a few feet, is that correct?
Pardon me?
You can also see the other officer Mills off a few feet,
Yes, sir.
4 officers in total.
Yes, sir.
Officer Bean and Officer Smith, each with an arm.
And he's
Officer Martin
unarmed
throwing a
on the ground, can't move,
Yes,
and
sir.
you still say he
Is
resisting.
that force unnecessary?
Throwing the haymaker.
Yes, sir.
It doesn't appear to be if he was under control. He's not handcuffed, but he is being held by the other
But
officer.
they're not trying to handcuff him at this point, sir.
That force is not unnecessary? I may have misheard you.
Oh, I said that the other officers would have him under control, so at that point there would be no need for them to be punched.
I misheard you.
They're not even trying
So
to
it
handcuff him,
was
sir.
unnecessary.
Pardon me?
It was unnecessary.
Yes, wasn't needed at that time.
Exactly. And excessive.
Yes, sir.
And a strike like that to the head could be deadly, correct?
I suppose it could.
So this would be the 3rd instance of possible deadly force on Mr. Nichols, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
What does Mr. Nichols appear to be doing as he's getting hit?
Is he trying to
His body's
fight?
reacting to being hit.
His body's reaction to being hit.
Hey,
Have we seen in this video
hey.
Mr. Nichols throw any punch?
Not one.
No, sir.
Have we seen Mr. Nichols throw any kick?
No, sir.
Will we see Mr. Nichols?
Oh, baby, it's a
sustain,
wrap.
at this point, 3
Let's
blows that are
go.
unnecessary, excessive, and could be deadly. Is that correct?
And while they doing that, are they attempting to handcuff him? No.
Right there. Did you see that?
Yes, sir, he did.
Another strike to the head.
Yes, sir.
Did you say that was unnecessary?
I don't think it was needed. Yes, it's unnecessary.
Excessive?
He don't like saying that
Yes,
word.
sir.
If an officer saw it, they'd have a duty to intervene, correct?
Yes, sir, he would.
And what's Mr. Nichols' body doing when this is happening?
He's reacting to the punches.
Reacting to being punched.
Yes.
Next.
Now y'all, this is what kills me about people. Oh man, I'm sorry. Now he said he reviewed this and he watched this on behalf of Haley, right? Beforehand. I'm trying to run it back a little bit. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna leave it alone. He said he watched it, right? Beforehand, and he felt like Haley did not use unnecessary force. He's an expert. How is it now? Now, he don't like to say the word unnecessary. Huh? And then why is he having such a hard time acknowledging it? Because while they beating him and he's responded to being beaten, neither one of them are trying to handcuff him. Now they're just taunting, beating for no reason. They just having a whole beat down party. And this cracker who viewed it ahead of time as an expert Said he didn't see that he done anything wrong. Baby, ooh, it's corruption. Corruption at its finest. And that's why I don't play with people like that.
What's Mr. Nichols doing at this point?
Looks like he's pulling away or trying to walk away.
You've seen his body flailing around, reacting, correct?
Yes, sir.
And now we see a movement that may actually be intentional, correct?
It appears to be, yes, sir. It may not be.
It may not be, but
Right.
it may be. He may be trying to walk away, or this could be an unintentional movement.
Yes, sir.
Correct? Shouldn't he try to get away at this point?
Well, it doesn't appear to be too prudent for him to try and get away from the officers, but I suppose he could try it.
Doesn't appear too prudent for him to stay either, does it?
Because at this point, you know that these cops are crooked. So hell yeah, you gonna try to get the fuck away. Ooh, I can't stand.
We can go about it. Stop now. Did you see those 2 shots to the head?
Yes, sir, I did.
Unnecessary,
Yes, sir.
excessive.
Yes, sir.
We've actually watched 5 of them. Is that right?
I think that was the count.
And any officer out there that saw it would have a duty to intervene if they could. Is that right?
I would think so, yes, sir.
Any officer out there that saw it could say stop, couldn't they?
Certainly could.
They could say, whoa, whoa, we got this, right?
Yes, they could.
Have you heard anybody say stop?
No, sir.
Have you heard anybody say, whoa, whoa, we got this?
No, sir.
And at this point, it's 4 officers and 1 Tyre Nichols. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And we have seen now 2 kicks, unnecessary and excessive, 3 baton strikes, unnecessary and excessive, 5 haymakers to the head, unnecessary and excessive. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, I'd agree.
Continue to play. Stop. Did you hear that?
Did I hear what?
When Officer Haley arrived, him say, beat that man or beat that man's ass.
I heard something to that effect, yes, sir.
He says that when he jumps out of his car, doesn't he?
I believe he was just coming out of the car, yes, sir.
Just coming out of the car. Beat. I'll tell you, different people here beat that man. Some people say beat that man's ass. Do you have, which in particular, do you know which one it is?
I'm sorry, no?
I'm just going to say beat that man.
All right.
Gets out of the car and yells, agreed?
Yes, sir.
Beat that man,
All right.
right? Police officers talk harsh, correct?
They do.
You've been around more than me. I've been around plenty. I know they talk harsh.
Yes, sir, they do.
And I don't have a problem with people talking harsh like that. Okay?
All right.
But beat that man something different, isn't it?
Well, it may be a way of saying do what you have to get the guy in custody. I mean,
Or maybe a way of saying beat that man, right?
well, it's what he said, but again, Make him say, beat that man to get him into custody.
But he didn't. He's getting out of his car. He's more than 15, 20 feet away from that man who's surrounded by 4 police officers and is on his stomach, right?
Yes, sir.
And from where he's literally getting out of his car, he hasn't assessed the scene, has he?
No, he only knows what he's heard.
He's just going to jump out of the car and yell directions to other officers, beat that man.
All right, to get him into custody, yes, sir.
Or beat that man so that y'all can get him in custody.
Right.
So that's correct?
Yes, sir.
And that's what we need to believe that his kick is not unnecessary, correct?
Whose kick are you talking about?
Haley's.
Haley used the kick to get the arm behind the back.
Well, that's your opinion.
Yes, sir.
We're free to accept it or not.
Sure.
Okay. But to believe he used that kick to get his arm behind his back, we have to believe that beat that man means beat that man until he's in custody.
To get him in custody, yes, sir.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
And that's what you believe.
Yes, sir, I did.
You do not believe that Mr. Haley's reacting out of anger,
No, I believe he was doing something he was trained to do.
which is get out of the car and yell, beat that man?
Kick Mr. Nichols in the upper tricep area to have his arm go behind his back for cuffing.
Let's watch the kick. That's why.
What you said, everybody or just Mr.
Oh, they don't like you. They don't like you. His sheet showing, y'all. The sheet is showing. The sheet is showing. They say, hey, we need to talk. Oh, yeah, the sheet showing. Hold up, let me back that thing up. Let me back that thing up. Hold up, wait a minute, Auntie baby. Let me back that thing up. Yo, your sheet showing. Yeah. They should have known that sheet was gonna show. He looked like he Grand Wizard. Dang it. It's hard for me to...
Have we seen in this video Mr. Nichols throw any punch?
Hold on, yeah.
Have we seen Mr. Nichols throw any kick?
No, sir.
Have we seen Mr. Nichols...
See, I didn't want to have to move it because I
blows that are
knew I wasn't going to get it
unnecessary
back in the right.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So there,
He just
did you see that?
need to tell.
Yes, sir, I did.
Another strike to the head?
Yes, sir.
You say that was unnecessary?
You
don't
was
think it's
listening
needed.
with your
Yes,
good
it's
ear,
necessary.
Excessive.
naturally knowledge.
Yes, sir.
If an officer saw it, they'd have a duty to intervene, correct?
Yes, sir, he would.
And what's Mr. Nichols' body doing when this is happening?
He's reacting to the punches.
Reacting to being punched.
Yes.
Next.
That's Grand Wizard.
You stop there. What's Mr. Nichols doing?
I missed that. Can we play it back?
He would make the E, naturally, all is make the E,
Not too far.
make the E a 3. Make the E a 3. SLAV 3.
What's Mr. Nichols doing at this point?
Looks like he's pulling away or trying to walk away.
You've seen his body flailing around, reacting, correct?
Yes, sir.
He was a slave master.
And
I
now we see a
don't want
movement
to
that
be
may
left to
actually be
be
intentional, correct?
your own
It appears to be,
people.
yes, sir.
Going
It may
on.
not be.
It may not be,
Right.
it may be.
Yeah.
He may be trying to walk away, or this could be an unintentional movement.
Yes, sir.
correct? Shouldn't he try to get away at this point?
Well, it doesn't appear to be too prudent for him to try and get away from the officers, but I suppose he could try it.
Doesn't appear too prudent for him to stay either, does it?
No.
But we can go for another one too. Stop now. You see those 2 shots to the head?
Yes, sir, it did.
Unnecessary.
They still on break, y'all.
Yes, sir.
We've actually watched 5 of them. Is that right?
I think that was the count.
Any officer out there that saw it would have a duty to intervene if they could. Is that right?
I would think so, yes, sir.
Any officer out there that saw it could say stop, couldn't they?
Certainly could.
They could say, whoa, whoa, we got this, right?
Yes, they could.
Have you heard anybody say stop?
No, sir.
Have you heard anybody say, whoa, whoa, we got this?
No, sir.
And at this point, it's 4 officers and 1 Tyre Nichols. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And we have seen now 2 kicks, unnecessary and excessive, 3 baton strikes, unnecessary and excessive, 5 haymakers to the head, unnecessary and excessive. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, I'd agree.
Continue to play. Stop. Did you hear that?
Did I hear what?
When Officer Haley arrived, him say, beat that man or beat that man's ass.
I heard something to that effect, yes, sir.
Now you can't hear.
He says that when he jumps out of his car, doesn't he?
I believe he was just coming out of the car, yes, sir.
Just coming out
He
of the
just
car.
can't say yes or no.
Beat.
Ooh, wow.
I'll take different people here. Beat that man. Some people say beat that man's ass. Do you have, which in particular, do you know which one it is?
I'm sorry, no?
I'm just going to say beat that man.
All right.
gets out of the car and yells, agreed,
Yes, sir.
beat that man.
Not handcuff him.
Police officers talk harsh, correct?
They do.
You've been around more than me. I've been around plenty. I know they talk harsh.
Yes, sir, they do.
And I don't have a problem with people talking harsh like that. Okay?
All right.
But beat that man something different, isn't it?
Well, it may be a way of saying do what you have to get the guy in custody. I mean,
Or maybe a way of saying beat that man.
well, it's what he said, but again, they could say beat that man to get him into custody.
Why not handcuff him? Get him.
He's getting out of his car. He's more than 15, 20 feet away from that man.
He don't even know if he handcuffed or not.
And is on his stomach, right?
Yes, sir.
And from where he's literally getting out of his car, he hasn't assessed the scene, has he?
No.
He only knows what he's heard.
He's just going to jump out of the car and yell
No.
directions to other officers, beat that man.
All right, to get him into custody. Yes, sir.
That's not what he said.
Or beat that man so that y'all can get him in custody.
Right.
So that's correct?
Yes, sir.
That's not what he
That's
said.
We need to believe that his kick is not unnecessary, correct?
Whose kick are you talking about?
Haley's,
Haley used the kick to get the arm behind the back.
well, that's your opinion.
Yes, sir.
We're free to accept it or not.
Sure.
Okay. But to believe he used that kick to get his arm behind his back, we have to believe that beat that man means beat that man until he's in custody,
To get him in custody. Yes, sir.
correct?
Yes, sir.
And that's what you believe.
Yes, sir, I did.
You do not believe that Mr. Haley's reacting out of anger,
No, I believe he was doing something he was trained to do.
which is get out of the car and yell, beat that man?
To kick Mr. Nichols in the upper tricep area to have his arm go behind his back for cuffing.
Let's watch the kick. Let's watch
Why don't you say you're not here just
Oh yeah, I see why they had to. Yeah. Naturally, Orleans, I missed it. I missed how we got to that point. I was trying to make me some breakfast, baby. But I see why they had to say, holla, 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 holla. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, 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 hold up. I got it now. I totally understand why. Yeah. Shout out to KEYGLOCK. Shout out to KEYGLOCK, Glock Aveli. Hit number 1. Hit number 1 on which chart? Let me see. Apple Music chart. Shout out to KEYGLOCK. Dolphins, please. Gotti hot. Gotti hot, baby. This, baby. And Haley really thought he had a chance. Lord, baby. But he thought them sheepmen was gonna be able to get his ass out. Yeah. Yeah. That's what he thought. He thought them old sheepmen. Yeah. 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 Ooh, they back there screaming and hollering. They back there cutting up, baby. Because I was behind. They still back there. Go get you some coffee, ladies and gentlemen. We are breaking a coffee break, tea break, a breakfast, a brunch break. Go make you some. I'm going to step away until oh, here they come. Here come the judge. Here come the judge. Here they come, y'all. As we were. With our good ear. With our good ear. Not ear. Earl. Yeah. Now he not an expert, y'all. I can already tell you what their argument is. He's not an expert. He's, yeah, all of that type stuff. He, you know, yeah, he almost revealed his sheet, sir. So, Your Honor, can we meet? Yeah. Yo,
Haley jumps up the car.
Baby, this is what happens when that sheep fall off, ain't it? Are they back? Why we ain't got no volume? Oh, okay. Did it just start, y'all?
You already beat that man. Now we're gonna watch the kick, okay?
All right.
Play a little bit more. Alright. We agree that we see Officer Haley kick, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And we see that he kicks Mr. Nichols, correct?
Yes,
We
he
see that
does.
he kicks Mr. Nichols. I'll keep my voice up, I'm sorry.
Yes.
We agree that we see him kick Mr. Nichols
Yes.
while Mr. Nichols is on the ground.
Yes.
While Mr. Nichols is on the ground after 2 kicks to the head, 3 baton strikes, 5 haymakers that we have all agreed are unnecessary and excessive, correct?
Yes, sir.
And after Mr. Haley kicks him, we then see Mr. Haley bend down to help handcuff Mr. Nichols, correct?
It appears to be yes, sir.
We do.
Yes, sir.
We'll watch the kick again.
Dang it. What I miss?
Kicks him. You saw it. He kicks him and then he just walks away.
Yes, sir, he does.
So he doesn't.
So
he
did
doesn't
it
bend down.
did it go Hageman's way
No, he does.
or the defense's way when they came back?
After his kick.
No, sir.
In fact, after his kick, when he just walks away, we have somebody else walk up, don't we?
With his defiant ass.
Do that one again.
We have somebody else walk up after Mr. Haley sort of walks away.
Yes, sir.
And that's Mr. Martin.
Yes.
And then we see another kick to Mr. Nichols, right?
Right.
And at this point, we've seen 2 kicks to the head, 3 baton strikes, 5 haymakers, Haley's kick, and now this final kick by Mr. Martin. Would you say Mr. Martin's final kick was unnecessary and excessive?
Oh, I don't think it was necessary at all. It was excessive.
Unnecessary and excessive.
Yes, I agree.
And everybody out there that would have seen that has a duty to intervene, correct?
Yes, sir.
And this entire time, we've heard no stop, no, whoa, we got this, no,
No.
from him.
No, sir.
They stopped him from being combative
Would you agree
and
that
defiant.
these officers have a duty to inform medical personnel with regard to helpful information they may know that may help them treat their patient?
I would agree with that.
When you agree helpful medical information may be here, he took some shots to the head.
Can you do that one again?
Would it be helpful for medical personnel to know that he took some head shots?
Yes, it would.
They could have even made up a story like he fell and hit his head or something, couldn't they?
I guess they could have.
I mean,
Yes.
that would at least tell medical personnel that he took a headshot, right?
Yes.
And you've reviewed the body cams and you've reviewed the videos. You've never heard a single officer out there on the scene tell medical personnel one time that he took a shot to his head, have you?
Other than I saw. No,
Not a
sir.
single time.
No, sir.
When you train officers, you would train them to tell medical personnel, let them know that the man took shots to the head. wouldn't you?
everything that the officer do, yes, sir.
You would train them to intervene when they see something like that.
Yes, sir.
With regard to Haley's case, me and you may never agree. Okay?
All right.
But you find that to be necessary, correct?
I find it to be necessary, yes, sir.
And you make out of his statement, beat that man, a statement that could be read as, do what you have to do, take him in custody.
Yes, sir.
We may agree on a barber.
Yes, sir.
We may not agree on that.
Right.
Okay? And you'd agree if we go back to the beginning, this jury is free to agree with you or disagree with you.
Certainly.
Sir. Unfortunately, you're one of the last witnesses. It's unfortunate for you, okay? Because there's a couple videos that haven't been played into evidence yet.
All right.
Videos that you reviewed.
All right.
Okay? So I think I'm done with really the substance of my examination of it.
All right.
But we are going to play a couple of videos.
Sure.
So you can identify them, okay?
Sure.
Before we get into that, I can have the ignorance.
We're going to play the body worn camera of Officer Haley. It is one video as you
Verbal answer. You reviewed this, correct?
Yes, I'm sorry.
We'll go ahead and stop it here. We're not going to do much starting, okay?
All right.
Is it fair to say that Officer Haley's body cam footage starts after the incident has occurred?
Yes, sir.
And by the, and I need to be more clear, by the incident, I mean the incident with Mr. Nichols, what we just watched
Yes, sir.
at Castlegate, not the traffic stop.
Yes, sir.
Man, when I say that man gotta be on some mad work. That man got tased with the palms running down fucking like he on something bad. We lit him up, he didn't want to stop. We did what we did, the motherfucker stopped. I'm talking about finna take folks out. Oncoming traffic and everything.
2938.
somebody want me to come down to you or hey man, please hit this up. Anybody more for questions, man? Get down here, fuck, man. I'm running the car. Get you up on the car, brother. Yeah, man, I'm right now. Oh my God, man. Liz, you good? Huh? Come here. You get some water, your eyes ready? A little bit still, my brother. Let me get some water, pour that down. Okay. Damn. That might hide the kite, man. Here it is. Hey, go sit your leg. Hey, go sit your leg. Taste. I sprayed them. Man, the snakes come on over there to that room. Here it is. Somebody sprayed like this. Somebody like this. Yeah, bro, my eyes on firecracker mode right now. My shit on firecracker mode.
Could you tell at 2040, it's 2040, 19, it's just a few seconds before, could you tell what we sort of saw a flash of?
No, sir.
Did you see Mr. Nichols lean over the car?
Oh, I saw Mr. Nichols in the car, yes, sir.
Did you see the side of a cellular phone pointed at him?
Pardon me?
Did you see a cellular phone, a very small portion of it pointed at Mr. Nichols?
Yes, sir, I did.
You're aware that Officer Haley took a picture of Mr. Nichols right then as he's leaning up against
He the
car?
one.
Yes, sir.
You're aware that he sent those
But
pictures
I still believe tied to God.
several different people?
I believe he did, yes, sir.
Planet. Yeah.
Is that something to train your officers to do?
I'm sorry.
Is that something to train your officers to do?
To take pictures of the suspect, yes, sir.
Take pictures of the suspect after he's beaten up, land in the car, and send it to a bunch of people.
That's their
I
policy.
missed the last part, I'm sorry.
Take pictures of a person who has been beaten up, land on the side of a car, and send it to a bunch of people.
I wouldn't train them to send it to a bunch of people, but they can take pictures of the person to document the injuries.
I
Why?
think this was document injuries though.
I can't characterize
So do you?
So they can take pictures of for personal reasons.
Do you
Mm.
believe this was documenting injuries?
I believe that's what,
It's not my witness, but that calls for speculation, which may affect my client.
What he been speculating the whole time.
He's been already appointed as an expert in this matter. If
Yeah.
he has an opinion as to it, he can render that opinion if he doesn't.
Stop making these people experts.
question again, I'm sorry.
Do you believe this was documenting injuries?
That's what Officer Haley said. One of the reports I read, one of the statements I read.
You believe Officer Haley took a picture of document injuries?
That's what he said, sir.
Do you know the people he sent it to?
No, I don't.
You read the reports, didn't you?
Yes. I don't know the people.
They include girlfriends, right?
I believe one was a girlfriend.
At least one, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. Not to investigators. Correct?
Correct?
To civilians. Correct?
Yes, sir.
To friends of his, correct?
I would assume they're friends, yes.
I believe that this mischaracterizes the testimony. The testimony earlier was that there were, I believe, 8 people, 7 of whom were identified in the phone as with the initials MPD before. Take Mr. Hagn's questions that go outside the record.
This is cross-examination, I'll allow you cross-examine if you want to, clarify on your redirect.
The people that included civilians, correct?
I believe so.
The people that included at least one girlfriend, correct?
I think so, I'm not sure.
Ah,
Appreciate y'all, man. Oh, what's up?
baby.
Hey, you know, that's why I chased him there, but I couldn't see no more. I couldn't see no more. Well, you said that we went to there. Yeah, y'all said, well, hey.
Y'all just weak.
That's more than dope. That's more than dope. He comes strong and high. That's what it is.
They didn't realize that Sky Cop was up there.
He's not even running fast. I knew you were fucked up. When you were running, you just said, fuck it. It was so quick for me, man. I said, where they at the traffic stop?
I got me a breakfast sandwich.
Yeah, he drove in the oncoming traffic. So we tried to, I'm talking about, he's different.
Yeah, okay.
So we tried to get him stopped. He didn't stop. We still trying to get him stopped. He was siren, stop. That's like he drove around, swerved like he could hit my car. So then I'm like, God damn, like, what we doing? He put up to the red light, stop at the red light, put his turn signal on. So we jump out the car. Shit went from there. He got out, took a swing, damn one, trapped, ran up on his gun.
Never took a swing. They just lying.
Which one? See it? I got it. It's blocked off, I'm sorry. Let me have a shot. It was in the corners and shit. There. See some more? Y'all go this way, can't go this way. We'll get a transport that
Look, after you guys say I sprayed myself with stuff, I said, fuck, I got sprayed. I got too much sex. What doing there? Bro.
I take it.
I appreciate you pulling over, bro.
It was just saying, everybody
Did they wheel him up to the screen so he could see it or something?
Flag is 2054 41. There it is.
Please hit the like button.
2054 41. Is that also Haley's body cam? Is that right?
I believe it is, yes, sir.
We would add this into evidence with your Honor's permission to the master exhibit that we introduced at the closing proof. And there is one more body on camera. Right here, this will be Justice.
Shout out to the
Smith's body on
judge.
camera, and it starts at 2037.
Judge Jones. Oh, I can't do that. I'm so sorry his mama had to see this. Oh my God. And dad, the whole family. His kids, you know, will one day be able to see this mess. Oh, wow. Full justice. Full justice for Tyre Nichols.
Bring him down here, Bring him down here. Shit, I need my glass. I lost some too. Fuck. Tell that shit.
He ain't high.
Yeah, appreciate y'all, bro. That's my flash out of the
I know. I see y'all. I see you in there. Sound like fuck my lady, bro. I know I'm finna feel this shit. Hey, bro. I just don't know. That motherfucker high. Get him up. Shit. Hey, here you go, Street. Shit, you know, tell him work this shit. Hell yeah. Motherfucker. Shit, I heard they going that shit. I'm like, fuck. And so I see beam changer right here. I ain't even know my yet. I lost that motherfucker again. That motherfucker high. Bro, I hit that mother so many pieces and he's clear. I was like, God damn. All right, this makes my damn phone's a cop.
He said he make too much money. What?
Hey, beans rocket, then I jumped in, start rocking. Motherfucker, what the fuck? Man.
Why we shouting out paperwork party? LP, what you on?
Hey,
What you on?
you got that face thing you do?
Paperwork party. What? I am looking at you with a side out. Why would you shout out paperwork party over here?
You from a traffic stop. He got some in his back pocket. That wallet.
I can't get the people over here to hit the like button. What has paper paperwork party? Oh, you mean paper route? Paper route? PRE? Oh, okay. Shout out to Republic and Paper Route Empire. Gotcha. Paper Route Party. And which one? The one that's locked up? Or the one who did them skits? I guess they both did skits. Back in the day. I don't know why it's paused. Is it moving? I don't. Hold on. Because it shouldn't be paused. It's still. Dang, and I hated to do. Oh, dang. It was paused. Did they do another objection or something? It's froze. I'm still half asleep. Did you, from what you do last night? You was at work, LP? They moved it to We'll Be Back. Oh wow.
He got another car. Unless he threw it while on his way home, he ran so that their car.
They froze, y'all. Hold on, let me
What's
see.
the significance
Okay.
of that?
The statement about the gun
Yes.
puts it, like I say, into a whole different perspective. So, suspect that was trying to take an officer's gun.
For the people on the scene. at
So did
that
they
time,
rest with Hagerman?
Does it matter whether the gun was touched or not?
No, it doesn't,
Why not?
because they
Hold on. Yeah.
was touched or grabbed. And again, you don't question an officer and say, well, did it really happen? Are you sure that he was grabbing your gun? Maybe he was not, maybe his hand just moved there. You don't ask those questions.
What happens if you hesitate in a situation like that?
If he gets the officer's gun, somebody gets injured or killed.
Talked about when Haley's kicked.
So I guess when they went on break, something happened and they switched up.
Yes.
What's the significance of that hesitation?
He didn't just randomly run in and kick him. He picked a spot on the upper muscle area of the arm and the tricep area, and he knew from his training that that would loosen the arm up and hopefully allow the other officer to handcuff him.
And did that in fact happen?
Ooh, I bet you if you let go of a red
Remind
meat,
this jury of the
milk and
purpose
cheese,
of verbal judo.
that would go away.
Verbal judo is used
We just can't do it.
to persuade an individual to get into custody using the least amount of
LP.
force possible.
And how does verbal judo help that?
Well, you're trying to reason with the individual, and some people obviously you can't reason with, but you're trying to reason with the individual to use a minimal amount of force to take them into custody.
Is verbal judo moving up the scale on the force continuum?
Is it moving up? No, it's the lowest level.
Mr. Hagerman had you watch the Skytop video from the beginning,
Yes, sir.
and you saw Officer Martin kick twice. We all saw Officer Martin kick twice.
Yes, sir.
Where?
Appeared to be the upper body, perhaps the head.
And we saw Mills strike 3 times with the aspeton, correct?
Yes.
And we saw Martin punch 5 times in the head,
Yes.
correct?
Yes, sir, we did.
Where was Haley at the time of all of those contacts?
I believe he was in his vehicle responding to the call.
Based upon watching that video again today, your entire review of the file, how many, as Mr. Hagerman said, headshots did Haley see given to Mr. Nichols?
None.
Was Haley present when any of the, quote, headshots were given to Mr. Nichols.
No, he wasn't.
Based upon your training and experience, does it take more than watching a video to have a professional opinion regarding police training standards and the propriety of use of force?
No, you can't base it solely on a video.
What factors go into forming an opinion?
The information the officer had prior to their use of force, the level of resistance on the suspect's part, the necessity to get the individual in handcuffs and into custody.
I might have a moment. Yes, sir.
They keep having to need a moment with this cat, this grand wizard, don't they? They keep needing a moment. They keep needing a break with the grand wizard. Huh? Now, he there for Haley? Yeah, he there for Haley. Yeah, you better start shaking your leg. He doing the stanky leg, y'all. He doing the stanky leg, huh? He shaking that leg. Ha! He's shaking the leg. He's nervous. He's nervous. The shit ain't looking good for him. The wizard could not. Y'all see it with your third eye now. Y'all thought it was cool that night. Y'all thought it was cool. Okay. Yeah. What's that old church song? If ever you needed the Lord before. Yeah, you sure do need him now. What? He gonna get the less time, in my opinion. Haley gonna get the most. Yeah. Haley, one of the ones I told y'all a long time ago that I believe tied to that mob, the inside mob, payrolls, guiding them folk. Big Juke them. Had people, had judges, had attorneys, had police officers, had lieutenants, and all that type of stuff. Mm-hmm. 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 He doing the stanky leg. The stanky leg. He was shaking, baby. They say never let him see you sweat. Now they don't even want to talk. They ain't friends no more. They ain't trying to talk. I mean, it's space between them and all that. They was high-fiving, jumping in the air, you know, a chest bumping. Yeah. He over there taking pictures, sending it to folks. He sent a picture to yeah, okay. Okay. He thought he had collected a bounty. He thought he was gonna get a bonus. Y'all better, okay. Baby, I see how they moving now. A lot of stuff is going on. A lot. HITMAN is so very strategic. They done had a federal trial. This is a second trial, right? And well, some of that has to do with Quet stalling. Now he need a PI. Who are these people funny to me? They thought them good old boy, the Grand Wizard, was gonna get him off. For real? For real? The Grand Wizard. Now 3. Up there looking like the 3 Migos. Heresy. Look at them. They don't want. Move that camera back over there. I want to see him. The 3 what is it? Musketeers? Dumpster-teers. The 3 dumpster-teers. And again, I don't understand why he didn't take no plea deal, knowing full well them other 2 had took a plea deal, and he did a lot. I don't know what he was on. Oh, he had the wizard on his side. This don't make no sense. All because Emmett lied. Insecure. Feeling less than. Feeling girly. He had let somebody slip away before. Right before this. So he was gonna get him one. I gotta make that up. I gotta prove that I need to prove that I didn't come back to work too soon. I need to prove because they're gonna put my ass back on desk duty. When they find out, I let one go. I couldn't fetch him. And then here come this one right here I'm just messing with. An easy target. He done already admitted that, so I don't know why they faking the funk up here. I guess it was a chain reaction. Because it definitely was lying. He reached for my gun. Get your hand off my gun. That sounds like what they did to Malcolm X. Get your hand off my gun. And he on the stage. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, your elected to rise. We have a few issues that we're going to need to discuss. We will work on those while you all are eating. We're going to go ahead and excuse you at this time. We'll stand at recess.
Ooh, y'all. Can y'all believe that? No more pension and career down the drain. Yeah, it should be. I hope they don't try to go nowhere else, because Haley done worked in the prison system before. He got put out of that job. Got in trouble once. He got sued for excessive force. Haley has done this before. Let me see if I can pull it up. He done this before. Yeah, that grand wizard. He got him chopped up, didn't he? The grand wizard. Let me find that on Haley. Man, it's cold-blooded. I know he was making that type of, oh, that's him, yeah. But I'm gonna double check. I could have, I know, hold on, let me double check, hold on. You know I like to be accurate. Accurate. Oh, cause they, yeah, cause they started late. And he was the one that was asking for, let me see. Haley filed a motion for his charges to be dismissed. Shit. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Oh, previous. How he depended on his well-known oppressors, and he was the man. I don't know. Make sure let's pump up the volume. Pump up the volume. Am I gonna have to? Am I gonna have to?
Memphis, Tennessee. AP before a former Memphis police officer joined in a deadly beating on Tyre Nichols, prompting murder charges against him and 4 colleagues. Demetrius Haley incurred some policy violations in a prior prison guard job and faced accusations of excessive force that his department deemed unfounded or unsubstantiated, according to newly unsealed personnel records. Demetrius Haley worked for the prison operated by the Shelby County Division of Corrections as a correctional officer from January 2015 until July 2020, when he re-signed to join the Memphis Police Department. While working as a corrections officer, Haley was accused of excessive force for using a chemical spray on inmate Cordelia Sledge in 2015, but an investigation found no violations of the department's use of force policies and the allegations were unsubstantiated. The records show that Sledge was treated for a fractured right temporal bone and perforated eardrum, and the incident prompted 34 inmates, the entire cell block, to sign a letter to the corrections director asking for a response to the alleged abuse. Sledge later filed a lawsuit against Haley and 2 other correctional officers, accusing Haley and another officer of punching him and a third of slamming his head into the floor. The lawsuit was dismissed in federal court when a judge ruled in a summary judgment in favor of the officers over procedural issues. Haley was found in violation of the department's professionalism, ethics, and conduct policy in 2015. According to the records, Haley gave confidential information to an inmate when he should not have and did not report when an inmate told him of his intent to smuggle in contraband. He was given a written reprimand and was recommended to get refresher training on the policies. Haley was also investigated and cleared of wrongdoing after an inmate accused him of using unnecessary force during a contraband search. Haley took the inmate to the ground to restrain him after the inmate put contraband in his mouth and hit Haley in the shoulder with his elbow, the documents show. The inmate received an injury to his head, but investigators found that the use of force was justified. Haley told investigators he did not intend to hurt the inmate. Haley's attorney declined to comment on the newly released records. Haley's Shelby County personnel file was part of a cache of documents that a judge in February blocked from public view concerning the officers charged in Nichols' death and the incident itself. The Associated Press and other media outlets intervened in the criminal case against the officers in March to argue the documents should be made public. Early last month, the judge allowed the files to be released. Most of the documents are held by the city of Memphis, where officials have said they are still making redactions under the court's order so the files can be made public. Back in March, the city announced plans to release about 20 more hours of video and audio in the incident, in addition to administrative investigation findings for police and other departments, when the court stepped in to prohibit it. A filing in May by Haley's attorney suggested that the judge keep the county personnel file sealed through the trial, arguing that media reports on the documents could spur bias in potential jurors. Haley, Emmett Martin, Tadarius Bean, and Justin Smith have pleaded not guilty to charges in Nichols' death in both federal and Tennessee court, where they face second-degree murder and other state charges. A 5th former officer charged in the case, Desmond Mills Jr., pleaded guilty last month to federal charges of excessive force and obstruction of justice. Caught on police video, the beating of Nichols in January was one in a string of violent encounters between police and black people that sparked protests and renewed debate about police brutality and the need for police reform in the U.S. The 5 former officers who were charged also are black. The officers were caught on camera punching, kicking, and beating Nichols on January 7th. He died 3 days later.
What you think about that? So I guess because he got off on that, but did you hear something else? I need for you to hear this with your good ear, cause I heard some with my good ear.
Memphis, Tennessee. AP.
I'm gonna try to stop it. I'm gonna try to stop it.
Deadly beating on Tyre Nichols, prompting murder charges against him and 4 colleagues. Demetrius Haley incurred some policy violations in a prior prison guard job and faced accusations of excessive force that his department deemed unfounded or unsubstantiated, according to newly unsealed personnel records. Demetrius Haley worked for the prison operated by the County Division.
Hold on, that too, but
from January
hold on, let me stop it. Okay, hold on. I'm doing
the Memphis Police Department. While working at.
I was doing a couple of things. Okay, so let me tell you what. I need for you to listen. I want us to come on, stop.
According to newly unsealed.
I want us to listen with our good ear, cause you know I already think that he is a in-house, mob. So y'all please get the likes up. Catch up with you sooner or later. God don't like ugly. He ain't fond of pretty either. He definitely ain't fond of pretty. He's no respected person. And ain't that what the word say? He's no respected person. The rule applies to everybody. Okay? I want you to hear something though. It says something very key and very important. Let me see if you catch it. And not the excessive force. That's a given. That's what he do. Yeah, he a bully. But I think he's, you know. But let's listen. Let me see. Oh man, let's go.
Sealed personnel records. Demetrius Haley worked for the prison operated by the Shelby County Division of Corrections as a correctional officer from January 2015 until July 2020, when he re-signed to join the Memphis Police Department. While working as a corrections officer, Haley was accused of excessive force for using a chemical spray on inmate Cordelia Sledge in 2015, but an investigation found no violations of the department's use of force policies and the allegations were unsubstantiated. The records show that Sledge was treated for a fractured right temporal bone and perforated eardrum, and the incident prompted 34 inmates, the entire cell block, to sign a letter to the corrections director asking for a response to the alleged abuse. Sledge later filed a lawsuit against Haley and 2 other correctional officers, accusing Haley and another officer of punching him, and a third of slamming his head into the floor. The lawsuit was dismissed in federal court when a judge ruled in a summary judgment in favor of the officers over procedural issues. Haley was found in violation of the department's professionalism, ethics, and conduct policy in 2015. According to the records, Haley gave confidential information to an inmate when he should not have and did not report when an inmate told him of his intent to smuggle in contraband. He was given a written reprimand and was recommended to get refresher training on the policies. Haley was also investigated and cleared of wrongdoing.
What you hear? What you just heard? What you just hear? What you just heard? With your good ear. Did y'all just miss that? Y'all gonna learn before it's over. LP, where you at? You didn't hear it? So he been doing dirty work for them people. What you hear? What you hear? Huh?
In February, block in favor of the officers over procedural issues. Haley was found in violation of the department's professionalism, ethics, and conduct policy in 2015. According to the records, Haley gave confidential information to an inmate when he should not have and did not report.
He did what? He did what?
Released records. A judge ruled in a summary judgment in favor of the officers over procedural issues. Haley was found in violation of the department's professionalism, ethics, and conduct policy.
So, if you've been around long enough, you know how I feel about Tyre Nichols, may he rest in peace, and his striking resemblance of Marcus Thornton. So now, on top of this, yeah. And it just so happens that he is the one that was taking and shooting pictures to everybody. Thought he had a bounty. Thought he caught a bounty. Thought he caught a bounty. And he was sending the pictures over saying, now this is just my opinion. This is just my opinion. He sent the picture out 21 times to 20, huh? For what? Do I need to go in the archives? You ain't, what? To my, you new to the party. You new to the party. Before I go, because I'll be back when they come back, baby. But, so you giving confidential information, did they say the word informant? I gotta go get my nails done today, y'all.
And hit to sign a letter to the corrections director asking for a response to the alleged abuse. Sledge later filed a lawsuit against Haley and 2 other correctional officers, accusing Haley and another officer of punching him, and a third of slamming his head into the floor. The lawsuit was dismissed in federal court when a judge ruled in a
Nichols
summary judgment in favor of the officers
was the
over
next
procedural
one.
issues. Haley was found in violation of the department's
No,
professionalism,
I
ethics,
think
and
he thought
conduct
that was
policy
him.
in 2015. According to the records, Haley gave confidential information to an inmate when he should not have and did not report when an inmate told him of his intent to smuggle in contraband. He was given a written reprimand and was recommended to get refresher training on the policies. Haley was also investigated and cleared of wrongdoing after an inmate accused him of using unnecessary force during
He
a
gave
contraband
out
search.
information that
Haley took
should
the inmate to the ground to restrain him after the inmate put contraband
confidential.
in his mouth and hit Haley in the shoulder with his elbow. The
Confidential information. Oh, the inmate. Yeah, he gave the inmate.
chemical spray on inmate Cordelia Sledge in 2015. But
Not
an
him.
investigation found
Not
no
him.
violations of the department's elbow. Investigators he did not floor. The lawsuit was dismissed in federal court when a judge ruled in a summary judgment in favor of the officers over procedural issues. Haley was found in violation of the department's professionalism, ethics, and conduct policy in 2015. According to the records, Haley gave confidential information to an inmate when he should not have and did not report when an inmate told him of his intent to smuggle in contraband. He was given a written reprimand and was recommended to get refresher training on the policies. Haley was also investigated and cleared of wrongdoing after an inmate accused him of using unnecessary force during a contraband search. Haley took
So
the
that's
inmate to the
another
ground to restrain
incident.
him after the inmate
So
put
so that
contraband
one
in his
right there,
mouth and hit Haley in the
unnecessary
shoulder with his
for a
elbow.
contraband search.
The
That's a
documents
whole
show
nother.
the inmate received an injury.
That's another. Is that another excessive force?
A judge ruled in a summary judgment in favor of the officers over procedural issues.
That's one.
Haley was found in violation of the department's professionalism, ethics, and conduct policy in 2015. According to the records, Haley gave confidential information to an inmate when he should not have and did not report when an inmate told him of his intent to smuggle in contraband. He was given a written reprimand and was recommended to get refresher training on the policies. Haley was also investigated and cleared of wrongdoing after an inmate accused him of using unnecessary force during a contraband search.
That's another.
Haley took the inmate to the ground to restrain him after the inmate put contraband in his mouth and hit Haley in the shoulder with his elbow. The documents show the inmate received an injury to his head, but investigators found that the use of force was justified. Haley told investigators he did not intend to hurt the inmate. Haley's attorney declined to comment on the newly released records. Haley's Shelby County personnel file was part of a cache of documents that a judge in February blocked from public view concerning the officers charged in Nichols' death and the incident itself. The Associated
Yeah,
Press
he has
and
a
other
pattern.
media outlets intervened in the criminal case against the officers in March to argue the documents should be made public. Early last month, the judge allowed the files to be released. Most of the documents are held by the city of Memphis, where officials have said they are still making redactions under the court's order so the files can be made public. Back in March, the city announced plans to release about 20 more hours of video and audio in the incident, in addition to administrative investigation findings for police and other departments, when the court stepped in to prohibit it. A filing in May by Haley's attorney suggested that the judge keep the county personnel file sealed through the trial, arguing that media reports on the documents could spur bias in potential jurors. Haley, Emmett Martin, Tadarius Bean, and Justin Smith have pleaded not guilty to charges in Nichols' death in both federal and Tennessee court, where they face second-degree murder and other state charges. A fifth former officer charged in the case, Desmond Mills Jr., pleaded guilty last month to federal charges of excessive force and obstruction of justice. Caught on police video, the beating of Nichols in January was one in a string of violent encounters between police and black people that sparked protests and renewed debate about police brutality and the need for police reform in the U.S. The 5 former officers who were charged also are black. The officers were caught on camera punching, kicking, and beating Nichols on January 7th. He died 3 days later.
Oh yeah, I guess so. He died 3 days later. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, do you feel me now? Do you feel me now? Do you feel me now? Hold on. Do you feel me now? But hold on before we go. Take a break. I'll be back watching live. Whoa. What's the breaking? Why they got watch live breaking? They not on break? Oh, they got to go in there and discuss what the wizard done said. Baby, I love Hagerman, y'all. Ooh, I cannot wait till he get a hold of Quit. Now, LP, were you around with Dolph and Straight Drop, or you just came recently? How long you been around? You just popped up out of nowhere, huh? You know I got my good eye on you. I can't wait till he get a hold. He's so strategic. He intentionally put our UNC. He intentionally put our CMG. Knowing good and dang well, he already knew this. He said 4 years ago that he, once they picked up Straight Drop, now he could try the case at that time. He working on a federal case now. He working on RICO. But I cannot wait until he get a hold of Quit. Hold on, I'm looking for this out. I cannot wait till he get a hold of Quit. Because Quit done played in their face. See? So now they gotta get his ass. And he been playing with him and he turning down deals. And so it's clear now, no more putting it off. It is what it is. Come on with it. What you think you need, you should have already got it. And all this time you done went and fired one attorney and went and got Dirk's attorney, in Atlanta, your money long or your sponsorship is. Right? Right? So why you need the state help now to get a PI, huh? What you need a PI for? Whoever was paying for your attorney fees, they didn't include a PI? Oh, whoever paying for it saying now you trying to investigate me because I done cut my funds off? No, you should have took a deal. Yeah. Yeah, you let Cornelius play you out your, beat you at your own game. So the deal they offered you, you about threw up on yourself. Now your ass can't eat. You look like you done dropped about 40 pounds. Yeah. 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 So now we got more on you. Yeah. And he gonna eat Quit ass up. You don't want to give up, Gotti? Then nigga, I'ma eat on you. I'ma nibble and nibble and nibble and chew you up real slow. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, that's what's happening. Now he feel it. Now he feel it. Yeah. Just like he played with the Grand Wizard. Let him play himself up in a corner. Didn't want to answer yes or no questions. What's so hard about that? Ain't you an expert at this police training? He looking at Hagerman saying, white boy, ain't you supposed to be on my side? How dare you question me? Do you know who I am? Who your people? Who your people? Y'all always talking about we don't help the so I'm trying to help one of ours. Hey, Vicky, how dare you trip me up knowing good and damn well I'm walking with a cane. I can't hear when I wanna. I can't see when I wanna. You trying to force my hand and make me tell you that if Nicholson would have been white, I'd have ran these niggas up under the jail. But because he black, I'ma act dumb like they dumbass is. But best believe, yes, they broke the policy, especially if he was white. But since he wasn't white, I don't think they broke the policy. The policies are made for us against them, not them against each other. You didn't read the manual well. Ooh, did I say that? Yes, indeed. That's how the wizard is looking at it. The policy is in place for us against them, not them against them. Were you misreading or misunderstanding? That is how. What did Radcliffe say? Rittenhouse say? The forefathers wrote the rules. Yeah. Again, we gonna learn them rules wasn't, them guidelines are not made for us. They only gonna imply those, they only gonna see a problem or excessive force if it is black, if it's black on white, not white on black or not black on black. The wizard said he didn't see nothing wrong when he did his expert. I knew, I tried to warn y'all early that, and he an expert. Why? Okay, that's where I'm trying to go. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then the other good old boys saying, well, you're asking him questions beyond his knowledge. He's an expert. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to show y'all. Y'all think I be playing? That's why they don't like hitting the like button, y'all. Just in case y'all ever try to figure out, AunTeaFee, why they don't like hitting the like button for real? But they'll word out on bull crap. Cause folk don't like the truth. Folk don't like facts. Folk don't like being exposed. And I'm not gonna play the game with you, baby. Where, what's his name? They don't like the facts. They want me to go away. Yeah. Yeah, auntie. They don't like that, baby. They don't like it. Who is she? Well, at least black folk can say, I'm only like that with them. No. 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 Everybody got to tell the truth. Everybody. Oh, no. Don't manipulate all that lying. Don't do it. Don't do it. She gonna break your ass down. Don't do it. Don't do it. Hold on. I'm here. I'm finna show y'all. I've been saying this. No, AunTeaFee, you are right. Oh, baby. I don't forget nothing. 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 Is this a good one? I'm trying to find a good one where you can really see the resemblance. Yeah, and he the one making deals in the prison, in jail, giving confidential information, beating them, doing all that stupid stuff. Probably beating ops. Yeah. Leaving leaving the jail doors open so people can come in and beat up the other people. All that stupid stuff. Where is oh yeah, this is a oh yeah. Let's show the ones who new to the party. That's yeah. 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 Hold on. There's more. There's more. There's most definitely more. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And if you've been around, you know how I feel. I've been feeling like this. Hold on. Do I bring a Marcus name here? Ex-copy made the truth. They targeted and they killed the wrong man. Ex-cop admit the truth. They targeted. Now, this is just how I feel. Hold on. What day is this? 2024. What is this? I ain't seen this in a minute, so I need to play it because I don't remember what I said. Hold on. About the facts. Let's listen to Emmett Smith. Oh, okay, let's go. Tell his encounter. Try to cover up why he was really after Tyre Nichols. This was the first trial. All the rules, all the laws. He broke the law. He broke the law. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what this is. This is 2024. I ain't seen it. Let's see. Oh, okay, so this was 7 months ago.
By what we did. Emmett Martin of
Oh yeah.
By what we did. Emmett Martin of
I had to delete some stuff. Oh, did I have to delete it? Oh, they must have hit me.
Emmett Martin was the first officer. We are fearful about what happened the night
case for a traffic violation with Martin and through a red light and gave chase. Martin admitting he didn't know how fast Nichols was going. but that a chase for traffic violation was against MPD policy.
Chasing
it
them
would
down.
be the first of several policy violations Martin testified he and other officers committed that night, describing how he, Demetrius Haley, and Officer Preston Hemphill surrounded Nichols' car, yelling, "Get the expletive out of the car."
So
and
the
"Get on
the
the
initial
ground. I'm
stop
gonna
was
tase your
against policy,
expletive." Martin said Nichols.
but he lied.
So you was harassing him.
Hold on.
You didn't say it turned yellow. So you don't know if.
So they hit me with a copyright strike on this one, y'all.
Traffic violation was Martin and
He pulled him over and didn't know. He did not know how fast he was going. You don't know if he was speeding or not. You said he sped up. You didn't say it turned yellow. So you was harassing him.
through a red light and gave chase. Martin admitting he didn't know how fast Nichols was going, but that a chase for a traffic violation was against MPD policy.
Chasing
it
him
would
down.
be the first of several policy violations Martin testified he and other officers committed that night, describing how he, Demetrius Haley, and Officer Preston Hemphill surrounded Nichols' car, yelling, "Get the expletive out of the car and get on the ground. I'm gonna tase your expletive." Martin said Nichols was never resisting and there was no reason to tase him, which Hemphill did. Martin says by the time they caught up with Nichols, who managed to run away, Darius Bean and Justin Smith had him on the ground, hitting him with a closed fist. He said Desmond Mills took out his baton and started hitting Nichols 3 times on the arm. And that was against policy since Nichols was not a threat. Martin admitted he should have stepped in, but instead he said, "I punched him in the face 5 times with a closed fist." When asked why he did it, Martin said, "I was mad. I was already on edge prior to even getting there. We tried to get him in custody and it wasn't working. He ran and that's what happened." Martin said Haley delivered a vicious kick between Nichols' torso and head. Martin said he also added to the kicks, saying Nichols' body jerked. He admitted kicking is not a trained police technique. One thing Martin maintained, out of all the officers on the scene, no one told the other to stop or pull back. By the time their Lieutenant Dwayne Smith showed up, he says no one mentioned the punches and kicks they had delivered to Nichols, saying if they did, they would have been charged. Instead, they told him Nichols was high, something they didn't have evidence of, and that he was driving. Lieutenant Dwayne Smith showed up. He says no one mentioned the punches and kicks they had delivered to Nichols.
Okay, so wait a minute. I have to retract what I've been thinking and what I've been saying, because
The moment I saw her,
still,
I knew she was
Leak.
there was
One
just
thing
something
Martin
about her.
maintained, out of all the officers,
Yeah, because I had it in for the
I
lieutenant.
understand that the lieutenant knew, but now he is covering for the lieutenant. I don't know. I don't know about that. Let's keep listening.
Lieutenant should have known.
No one mentioned the punches and kicks they had delivered to Nichols, saying if they did, they
Him
would
look
have
like
been
Marcus.
charged.
They couldn't tell. They couldn't look at him and tell.
Him look like Marcus.
Something they didn't have evidence of. and that he was driving into oncoming
And the
traffic
reality
and
of
got
it
out of
is,
his
I
car
still
swinging.
believe the
Martin
same
said they
thing I
had to justify
believed
his actions.
back then. If that would have been Marcus, the case would have been dropped. They felt like the Dolph case would have been dropped. Not knowing that I do Hageman wasn't gonna even need to use Marcus. I mean, they wanted him to. What's the other guy? What's the Mari? I know that ain't Milroy. I know wanted Marcus on the stand. Yeah, to make him a target. You let me tell it. If you had all the evidence, what you need him for, but y'all want him for that Rico shit. No. Yeah, that's how I feel. Why else are you passing the picture around 21 different times?
To justify theirs. Martin also testified to a code that was a general understanding. Go back. By the time their Lieutenant Dwayne Smith showed up, he says no one mentioned the
He
punches
looking
and
like he
kicks
looking
they
to
had
see if that's
delivered to
him.
Nichols, saying if they did, they would have been charged. Instead, they told him Nichols was high, something they didn't have evidence of, and that he was driving. Lieutenant Dwayne Smith showed up. He says no one mentioned the punches and kicks they had delivered to Nichols. Okay, so wait a minute. I have to retract what I've been thinking and what I've been saying, but still, why did... Leak. One thing Martin maintained, out of all the officers on the scene, I was saying that the lieutenant knew, but now he is covering for the lieutenant. I don't know about that. Let's keep listening. Showed up. He says no one mentioned the punches and kicks they had delivered to Nichols, saying if they did, they would have been charged. They couldn't look at him and tell? Nichols was high, something they didn't have evidence of, and that he was driving into oncoming traffic and got out of his car swinging. Martin saying they had to justify his actions to justify theirs.
Exactly.
Martin also testified to a code that was a general understanding. I'm not going to tell on them, and I know they're not going to tell on me. Not going to put them in a situation where they get in trouble. You did. It was an understanding. Basically, we did what we needed to do. I wasn't going to tell on them, and they weren't going to tell on me. And Martin's saying a lot here in court today. Bear with me if you will. Martin also testified he gestured for Mills to take off his body camera because he didn't want it to catch what they were saying after the beating, saying it was common practice to tell on them, and they weren't going to tell on me. And Martin's saying a lot here in court today. Bear with me if you will. Martin also testified he gestured for Mills to take off his body camera because he didn't want it to catch what they were saying after the beating, saying it was common practice to remove the camera, leave it running on the car. He'd seen other people do it, so he did the same thing. He also said the assault report the department wrote up for him, since Nichols was trying to take Martin's gun, what he said happened, was also full of untruths, as well as Martin's own response to resistance report, even down to the lack of information they gave dispatch and EMTs and first responders about Tyre Nichols' injuries. They never told anyone what they did. Right now, Martin is still on the stand. He is being questioned by the defense attorneys.
I don't know
Now
if I
they're
believe
bringing
that.
out how Martin is getting
Because there was other
substantial,
witnesses
assistance
in the
his
neighborhood.
own case for his testimony here, and how he never mentioned Tyrese's first question to officers that night they pulled him out
Oh
of
yeah,
the
he look
car.
high and he
Saying
look low.
Nichols never told them, saying Nichols did tell them, why y'all always expletive with me? Martin says he didn't mention it because no one ever asked.
Oh wow.
Reporting live, News Channel 3, I'm April Thompson.
Okay, y'all.
Hey,
I'll be back. I'll be back when they be back. I'll set up another live for when they come back for lunch. Go get you something to eat. Go do, you know. We'll be back. Okay. Yeah. Did they help you understand a little bit, LP? AunTeaFee's archives. The archives. It is undefeated. My archives go way back, baby. My archives are full of facts. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, y'all. I'll be back. Peace. Hit the like button. Support the platform. Thank you.